Well, folks, we had a big day today. We didn't walk quite as many steps, but we saw a lot more stuff. We started our day at the Strike King booth, and as everybody knows, we've got a big selection of Strike King baits, top to bottom, including their crappie baits, their crankbaits, the red-eyed shad, and all their plastics. And they do have some pretty neat changes. It comes from other baits they've made in the past, but it's pretty neat stuff. The first thing we saw today was a brand new flat-sided shallow water crankbait with a Lexon bill. It looks a lot, it's similar to a Spro in its size, the 50 and the 55 Little John, but I think it's going to be a very effective springtime bait. I think it'll be a very effective river bait even in the summertime. It comes in all available colors, but it's got a new paint job on it. I think it's going to be really nice. The thing that I noticed about it that I like the most is the fact that it's got a number 6 hook on it. Sometimes small crankbaits try to make the bait a little better to hook up with a bigger hook, but I really like the hook on it, and I think you're going to be impressed with it. They've taken the Hard Knock series. Not only do they have it in their topwater baits now, but they also have it. They put it in the 3 to 8 XD baits. The 3XD, 4XD, 5XD, 6XD, and 8XD all have the Hard Knock program in it now. And I think it's going to be really effective. If we ever get fish back out deep water on Kentucky Lake, I think it'll be very effective. But those are the things we saw. A new color that really sticks out in my mind this spring, when everybody was looking for the flamethrower color and the big bite baits, they were hard to get. Well, nearly everybody's come out. We've seen 3 companies today that have come out with a new color, kind of a lava crawl color, which will be very effective in the springtime, especially if our water gets muddy like it did last year. We're real big in missile baits. We've got the Ike mini jigs, but they've come up with a small, compact swim jig, and it's an Ike swim jig, and it is really impressive. I think it's got a 3/0 hook in it, which may seem small, but I promise you the profile of the bait is small. This hook is a big round bend, strong hook, plenty big enough to throw it on even heavier line or braid, and I think you're going to be real impressed with it. They've got a new chunk trailer. It's got a pad on it like a pork pad, but it's got longer tails on it. It's got the swim type tails on it. I feel like it'll be a good bait. On the bait, the pad slides all the way up to the hook keeper on the bait, which was impressive. Hides well under the skirt. It gives the skirt a real full profile, and I think that's going to be a real good seller for it. They're also going to new clam packaging on all their baits at Missile. Clam packaging makes a neater pack. It's easier to put on the wall and stack. It's easier for you to put in your tackle boxes. It takes up less room. I think that's all going to be real impressive stuff. Now, we handled 13 rods and reels for a long time. We don't currently have them in stock, but we picked up their baits last year, and their jerk baits really sold well for us, both in the short and long bill. And they had a Flatty Daddy, a flat-sized crankbait that's a little bigger than the Strike King bait we talked about. But they also had a bait called Jabberjaw, and it's a patented bait where the metal lip actually moves from side to side in the bait when you crank the bait. Well, they only had a size that ran about 6 foot deep. Well, they've increased that to 8 or 9 foot deep bait now. And what they've done, they've actually just added a bigger bill, same process, same colors, pretty impressive bait. We sold several of them. We do have them in stock now, and we hope to have these new ones in stock as soon as we're able to ship them. Most of this stuff that we're talking about is probably late fall delivery. We even heard some things for missile looking like September, so that'll be pretty impressive. Late fall to even around Christmas time. So keep us in mind when you buy Christmas presents. We'll have a lot of this new stuff in. But that worked out pretty well. Also, 13's got in the combo business pretty good. We've had some of their combos before. They've got a bait casting combo system that'll go for $159, and a spinning combo system that'll go for $149. And they brought back some new low-end reels. Not sure we'll have them. We'll probably have some of the combos, but we saw a lot of stuff today, as you'll see in the videos. And Dalton did an excellent job of covering that stuff. So we also had an opportunity today to go back and get some more video on the new Bonafide pedal model, which we have some pre-sold at the store. He'll be able to put that up, and you'll see a lot more intricate look at that vessel. The factory rep there actually went through several things on it that we missed yesterday, but you'll be able to see that. We also had an opportunity to go back and visit with the folks at Hobie, and we got a run through on their 360 drive system, which is pretty innovative, pretty neat. They had the 14-foot Ike kayak there. Ike model got the shark's head teeth on it and everything, all the big eyes. It was really decked out, a lot of stuff on it. We got a chance to see that. And we started last year, we picked up St. Croix's rod. St. Croix rods are some of the finest rods made in the United States. They are all made in the United States. The interesting thing about it is they've always been innovative. They actually build the rods start to finish, as you'll see in the video with the explanation given us. But they've got 3 series. They've really got a new series in Bass X because it's completely redone. It's nothing like the ones that we've carried before. They've got a new series, and they're technique specific. They've got jerkbait rods, they've got chatterbait rods, they've got a great swim bait rod you saw us throwing that the first day we were here. He explained it in the video today. I think it's going to be something that we'll have a lot of opportunity to sell. Panfish rods. This is not your wimpy bimpy panfish rod. This is a panfish rod for somebody that's serious about crappie fishing, yellow bass fishing, bluegill fishing, red ear fishing. They have about every length action imaginable, all the way from super ultralight to ultralight to light to medium light heavy, and they come in all different sizes. They got a real neat panfish rod. It's 9 foot 2 pleats. A lot of people like to vertical fish with something like that. I actually do some drop shotting with one of their old Avid rods, so it's going to be pretty neat. They've got a completely new rod, Victory Series, and this rod is also very specific in its technique models. It's got everything you can think of. It's in the video. Excellent job by their factory rep explaining that. We'll have those in the store. Not exactly sure when the delivery will be on those, but all this stuff will be late fall, even early winter stuff for the most part. We'll see some stuff shipped before they plan for it too, so we'll have some stuff pretty early. We sit down with the Chase Baits people. Unfortunately, since they are from Australia, they were not able to have a booth here or even have samples here for us to look at, but we got to see pictures and stuff of some stuff I think we'll probably have some of. They have a new flea frog, which is gonna compete with a horny toad. It's actually a little bit smaller. They've got some pretty neat legs on the thing. It's pre-rigged with a hook and everything. They're going to have the pre-rigged baits are going to be ½ inch, be a 4-pack, around $10, and then the 3-pack of the 2.5 inch are going to be around $9. They're not specific, and I don't think they are either on the price this time. Going to have 6 good topwater frog colors, And they also offer a new thing called it's a vibe bait, and it's pretty unusual. It's got two hooks, two sets of treble hooks on it, and it's got a curly tail. So it's a vibrating bait, kind of like a steel shad or something, only it's got a curly tail, hard plastic tail on it. It seems to be pretty tough, and that's also comes in 6 colors. So we'll get to see that in the store. Hopefully we'll have that. And when we talk about technique specific, we had an opportunity to talk with world champion Luke Clausen today. Explained the reasoning behind the change in their cigar line. We've always gone from 15 to 20 and it into 25-pound test in the cigar fluorocarbon, but now they've come out with 2 new pound tests in their top of the line products, a 17-pound test and a 22-pound test. And some specific stuff is so important that you need those smaller increments of pound tests. So going to see that. They've also got what they call a new beginner's braid. It's a 4-strand braid instead of the 8 or 9-strand braid. It's not going to be as slick, but any rod that's got superline eyes on it's going to work really well on. So we saw all that stuff today. Man, it seems like we saw more stuff than that. I know the podcast is probably only going to be about 10 minutes long, but man, we've seen a lot of stuff today. We'll close up the show tomorrow, and we've got 3 or 4 stops tomorrow and some big stops to show you. And then when we get back in the store, we'll sit down and we'll go over what we saw here, and Dalton and I will both pick out what we think's the most innovative product that we saw here at the show. We're really surprised the show's down probably 50% in exhibitors' participation, and I feel like it's down that much or more in retailers, and there's a lot of press there, but we've been able to have access to nearly all our reps and all their pros. So we sure appreciate you. Hope you're enjoying this. It's it's stuff you're going to see here in the near future, stuff we're going to have in the store. We're changing things around at the store. We've got a lot of neat stuff. Don't forget our always famous 50% off bin. We've got some stuff in there. We're going to have to make some room for some of this new stuff, so be looking for stuff you like in there. But we appreciate you watching us. We hope you stay with us. We'll be having some on the water next week. God bless you, and good fishing.